I will not quit. We all have those days where we just don't feel like going through the rigmarole of life. Maybe we're feeling exhausted from work, or there's just too much on our plate. Whatever the reason, sometimes it's just easier to take a break and relax. But sometimes, taking a break feels like quitting. That's where Add to Queue come in. Add to Queue is a website and app that lets you add things you want to do but don't have the energy or motivation to do. Once you add something to queue, you commit to doing it no matter how you feel. From there, it's up to you to find the energy to get it done. Whether you add a chore to the list or decide to take a break and come back to it later, Add to Queue is your new friend when it comes to getting things done. So go ahead and add something to your list, because you won't be able to quit once you've added it. 1. Add to Queue, I will not quit. It's hard to stay motivated when your job feels like a never-ending slog. But whether you're fighting an uphill battle or just feeling a bit lost, remember that you're not alone. And there are plenty of ways to keep yourself going, even when the going gets tough. One of the best ways to stay on track is to add to your to-do list things that make you happy. This can be anything from taking a walk outside to working on a new project you've been wanting to try. If you're feeling overwhelmed, take a break. But don't give up on your goals. There's no shame in admitting you need a break and coming back stronger. 2. Why I will not quit. There are so many reasons why I will not quit. I will not quit because there is always something to be done. There is always someone who needs help and there is always someone who needs to learn. I will not quit because I have a duty to the people who have helped me get this far. I will not quit because I have a duty to the people who are waiting for me to help them get where they want to be. I will not quit because I have a duty to myself. 3. What will not quit me? There are a few things that will not quit me. I refuse to give up on my dreams, no matter how hard the road may seem. I refuse to give up on my goals, no matter how daunting the task may seem. I refuse to give up on my passions, no matter how difficult the journey may seem. And that's why it's so important to have a why in your business. Why are you doing this? Why do you care? Why is this important to you? Why are you putting in the extra effort? Without a why, your business will quickly lose its fire, and you'll find yourself quitting, if not right at the starting line, then certainly by the time you've reached the finish line. 4. How I will not quit. I will not quit is the mantra that has kept me going during some of the toughest times in my life. When I was diagnosed with stage 4 ovarian cancer, I was told that my prognosis was not good. In fact, I was given a 2% chance of surviving. Against all odds, I fought and beat the cancer. And although I am not cancer-free, I am still here, which is thanks to the I will not quit mantra. When I was faced with the prospect of losing my job, I knew that I would not quit. I would work through the tough times and I would come out on the other side. So when my business slowed down, I didn't give up. I worked even harder to get it back on track. And now, as my business is growing again, I will not quit. I will not let anything stand in my way of reaching my goals. I will not quit. 5. What helps me stay motivated? There are so many things that help me stay motivated. I've created a list of my top 5 below. 1. A sense of accomplishment. When I know I've done a good job and helped someone in some way, that's really satisfying. It's like a mini victory every time I help someone out. 2. Seeing the success of others. I love reading articles and seeing how bloggers have helped their businesses grow. It motivates me to keep going and to not give up. 3. Playing games. I'm a big fan of games. Whether it's Candy Crush, Farmville, or even simple games like Tetris or Sudoku, I find that they help me stay on task and divert my attention from other things. 4. Seeing my progress. I like to track my progress on a daily or weekly basis. This way, I'm always motivated to keep going. 5. Giving back. One of the reasons I started my blog was to help others. I love seeing the blogs I've helped and seeing the growth they've had. It's really rewarding. 6. How I deal with setbacks. It's easy to get discouraged when things don't go as planned. Maybe you were hoping to increase sales by 50% in the first month, but the numbers ended up being lower than you anticipated. Maybe you hired an employee and they left the next day. Maybe you put in a lot of hard work and your site was hacked. Whatever the case may be, setbacks are bound to happen and it's important to deal with them in a constructive way. When a setback happens, don't be discouraged. Instead, take a step back, analyze the situation, and figure out what you can do to improve your chances of success in the future. 7. The power of positive thinking. Many people give up after a tough day, a tough week, or a tough year. But if you want to be successful, you have to have a positive attitude and not quit. Quitting is a choice that is often made when the going gets tough. It can be a way of dealing with difficult situations, but it's not the right way to go about things. When you quit, you often feel like you're a failure. You might feel like you're not good enough, or you may feel like you can't do it. But if you really want something, you can achieve it. Remember, if you keep at it, the difficult times will eventually end. And when they do, you'll be a much stronger person because you'll have learned a lot, and you'll have a lot to show for it. 8. How to stay positive when things get tough. There are many things that can go wrong when starting and running a business. The list is endless: products not selling as expected, suppliers being difficult to work with, bad publicity, etc. In the beginning, it can be really hard to keep going when everything feels like it's against you. But you have to remember that you're not alone. Every business goes through tough times at some point. And the key is to not give up. The first step is to realize that you're not the only one fighting these battles. There are countless other entrepreneurs out there who are also trying to make a living from their business. So you have to be patient and understand that things will take time. The second step is to remember that you're not alone. There are people out there who are rooting for you and want you to succeed. So reach out to them. Connect with them on social media, via email, or even in person. Share your stories and let them know that you're not giving up. 9. How to stay focused. There have been times in my life where I have wanted to give up on something. I've been told time and time again that if I don't give up, I'll eventually succeed. But that's not how it works. You have to keep fighting and never give up. That's why I've included some tips in this post on how to stay focused and not give up. 10. How to stay positive through tough times. It can be really tough times when you're working towards a goal and things don't seem to be going the way you wanted them to. But remember, you're not alone. There are so many people who have faced this challenge before and have come out the other side victorious. First and foremost, you need to have your goal in mind and not be swayed by the tough times. Sometimes it can be really hard to stay positive when you're stuck in a rut. But remember, if you don't have a goal, then you're just floating around aimlessly. Secondly, find someone who will support you and be there for you. This could be a friend, family member, or colleague. They need to know that you're going through a tough time and they need to be there to listen and offer moral support. Last but not least, find something to do that brings you joy. This could be something that you've always wanted to do or that you've been putting off for too long. Doing something that brings you joy will help you to stay positive. And when things start to improve, you'll be in a better position to take on the next challenge. We hope you enjoyed this video about how not to quit. Many of us have been there. We've been struggling for a while, things are looking really tough, and we're about to give up. But we can't. We have to keep going, even when it feels like all hope is lost. This post is about how to keep going when things are tough, and we hope that it will help you on your journey to success.